Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Gitasha Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Monday, the 13th of February. Political battle intensifies in India's poll-bound Uttar Pradesh province. Madhesi party gives ultimatum, threatens to withdraw support from Nepal government. And artificial limb cam gives new lease of life to victims in India's Kashmir. And now for all the details. With India's northern Uttar Pradesh province set to go for second phase of polls for 67 assembly seats on Wednesday, political parties campaign in full swing to woo electorates.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday addressed an election rally in Lakhimpur, Kheri district of northern Uttar Pradesh province. The constituency will go to polls on February 15th in second phase poll for 67 assembly seats of Uttar Pradesh province. The campaigning for the second phase ends on Monday. Taking a dig at Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav regarding the law and order situation in the province, Prime Minister Modi appealed the people to give his Bharatiya Janata Party a chance.
मैं आपको विश्वास दिला रहा हूं, एक बार हमें सेवा करने का मौका दीजिए। 6 महीने के भीतर ये कट्टे और कट्टे वाले हो, ये चाकू या छुरी वाले हो, ये बलात्कारी हो, ये बड़े लोगों की गैंग हो, 6 महीने के भीतर उनको जेल के सलाखों में न डाल दूं तो आप मुझे कहना मेरे पास।
Meanwhile, Uttar Pradesh Province Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav also addressed a rally in Moradabad city, urging people to bring his Samajwadi Party back to power.
समाजवादी पार्टी के काम पे तो भरोसा है, काम पे लोगों को भरोसा है, यही काम हम आगे बढ़ाना चाहते हैं। आपका सहयोग, आपकी मदद मिल जाएगी तो आने वाले समय में उत्तर प्रदेश को तरक्की के रास्ते पे ले जाने का काम हम समाजवादी लोग करेंगे।
Akhilesh's Samajwadi Party and Congress Party are contesting the polls in alliance. The first phase of the election, which was held on February 11, saw a voter turnout of 63%.
Moving on to news from Afghanistan, the United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan has expressed concern at the recent escalation of violence in Afghanistan's Helmand province. At least 18 civilians, nearly all women and children, were killed on 9 and 10th February when international military forces conducted airstrikes in Helmand Sangin district, reportedly targeting anti-government elements. At least 7 civilians were killed and several injured on 11th February in a Taliban suicide attack targeting Afghan National Army soldiers in Lashkar Gah, the capital of Helmand. It also highlighted that 891 civilians were killed or injured during 2016 due to the armed conflict. This figure was the highest in the country in 2016 outside Kabul. Meanwhile, locals took to streets in Pakistan-administered Kashmir to raise persistent issue of power cuts in the region. Citing indifference by authorities, locals have threatened to intensify their protest.
Fed up with the indifferent attitude of authorities towards the prolonged problem of unscheduled power cuts, people of Pakistan-administered Kashmir came out on roads to protest. In an attempt to block the roads, protesters expressed their misery due to the absence of electricity that has disrupted their lives and added to their woes.
हमारी बुनियादी वजह यह है जी कि हमें जो शेड्यूल दिया जाता है वो 1 घंटे के बाद 1 घंटा बिजली का होने का होता है, लेकिन बाखुदा मैं अल्लाह को हाज़िर नाज़िर जान के कहता हूँ कि हमारे गाँव देहातों के अंदर जो अब शहरी इलाके करा दिए जाते हैं उनमें 8 से 10 घंटे 20 घंटे तक लोड शेडिंग होती है।
बिजली की वजह से हमें बड़ी परेशानी होती है, शाम को दिन को 24 घंटे हमारे पास बिजली है ही नहीं, इस वजह से हमारा कारोबार मुतासर हो रहा है।
Threatening to intensify their protest, locals warned they will not let any vehicles ply on roads unless their demands were met. Islamabad, which rules the region through a proxy, does not grant the locals political rights and representation, although it taxes them heavily. Over the years, the establishment has failed to improve the standard of living in the occupied territory.
Moving on to news from Nepal, the Madhesi Jan Adhikar Forum Loktantrik Party has threatened to withdraw support from the government if the demand of constitution amendment is not fulfilled in 20 days.
The Madhesi Jan Adhikar Forum Loktantrik or MJFL party has given an ultimatum of 20 days to the Pushpa Kamal Dahal-led government to meet Madhesi's demand of constitution amendment, threatening to step out of the government otherwise. General Secretary of the party Ram Janam said that the government has failed to take action on redemarcation of provinces and holding of local elections.
जो सरकार का 2 जिम्मेदारी दिया गया था, 2 जिम्मेदारी अभी सरकार पूरा नहीं किया है और इसका 6 महीने कार्यकाल समाप्त हो गया है। अब 6 महीने कार्यकाल इसका पहुंच गया है, 9 महीने का है। अब 3 महीने के भीतर में यदि 3 महीना नहीं कि अब कुछ दिन और देखना है, मैक्सिमम आपको 15-20 दिन और देखना है। दिन 15-20 दिन के भीतर में ये सरकार नहीं काम करेगी तो इसका सरकार जो हम लोग दिए थे समर्थन, इसका औचित्य समाप्त हो जाएगा।
The new government formed under the Prime Ministership of Pushpa Kamal Dahal made an agreement with the long-time agitating Madhes-based parties to amend the constitution. With completion of 6 months, the government has only tabled the amendment proposal, which is yet to undergo process.
In news from Bangladesh, the Rohingya Muslims who fled violence in Myanmar are living in squalid camps in Bangladesh. The refugees recalled the situation which forced them to flee.
Rohingya Muslims who fled to Bangladesh recounted the precarious situation they faced in Myanmar. Nearly 69,000 Rohingya Muslims from Rakhine province have arrived in Bangladesh, fleeing violence in the province since Myanmar security forces responded to attacks on border posts 4 months ago. Settled at Balukhali refugee camp near the coastal town of Cox's Bazaar, the Rohingya migrants recalled their dangerous journeys into Bangladesh.
দিনৰ মাজে গৰিবতৰ মাজে ফজৰতৰ মাজে নুমাসুত্য যেত যায় আৰা দুজন হুৱা ৰাতি হে দুৰ মাজে মেলৰেডি হুসালতে তোমার হৰজত দে আই হইদে আৰা হইদে নুমাসুত্য যেত যায় এনে আৰা গুলি মাজি গুলি যেত মাজি আর হুৱা যেই বাটেং মাজে গুলি ফুজে আই দৌড়ি দাই আগি গই যেত দাই আগি গই আই ফজর শুক্রবার দিন ফজরত বিনে আই একুল হুয়াসা লইরে আর ফ্যামিলি শো বাংলাদেশ দাই আগি গই
आरा मिलिट्री गो दो साब बा फलाई त बांगेरा पूरा फेर लाइन हमारे पूरा दी फलाई त पूरा दी बाद आर बड़ांदर दूरा रे आर्मी का नियो त आरा जराने छोने वारी आरा बद्दाज गुरी छाने वारी हाले न वारी आरा बांग्लादेश फराई गए.
Rohingyas have faced discrimination in Myanmar for generations. They are not classified as a distinct group under citizenship laws and are regarded instead as illegal immigrants from Bangladesh, entitled only to limited rights. Bangladesh is already host to hundreds of thousands of Rohingya refugees, and the latest influx has strained its limited resources. It is now planning to relocate these refugees to an uninhabited island in the Bay of Bengal.
Wildlife authorities of a national park in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province have made the arrangements to protect an endangered species of deer. Heavy snowfall in the province since the past few weeks has made it difficult for the animal to find food.
The wildlife officials at the Datigam National Park, located in the outskirts of capital Srinagar city, have made special arrangements for the endangered Hangul deer as the Kashmir Valley is experiencing heavy snowfall. Forest rangers make special food arrangements to keep the antlered stag in good health. Salt blocks on tree branches are convenient for the deer to lick in order to receive the nutrients required to fight the chill. The scent of the exposed salt trees attracts deer from long distances.
गर्मी का मौसम होता है तब तो इनको खुद ही अपना फूड मिल जाता है, लेकिन जब बारिश पड़ती है, बर्फ़ पड़ती है, उसमें इनका फूड मिलना इनको मुश्किल हो जाता है. तो उसके लिए हमारा डिपार्टमेंट और हमारे जो मुलाजिम हैं वो हमें जमा फूड है ये जमा रखते हैं इनको, ताकि इनको विंटर में कोई सख्ती ना आए.
Winter months are harsh due to rough weather conditions with least vegetation in the region, which results in starving for wild animals including hangul. The vegetation and soil on which these deer survive are covered under thick snow, making it difficult for the animal to graze.
Artificial limbs help amputees walk, drive or do whatever they wish to. A 10-day camp was recently organized in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province, in which amputees were provided with artificial limbs.
Nearly 50 amputated people in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province were provided with artificial limbs by Paramilitary Border Security Force or BSF to help overcome their disability and bring smile to their faces. Around 100 victims were treated on the final day of the 10-day-long camp in border town of Rajouri. Most of them lost their limbs in cross-border firing, mine accidents and militant attacks. The victims were also given wheelchairs and hearing devices and were elated by BSF gesture and thanked them.
और मैं सभी को ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि आप हिम्मत ना हारें, आप इस पे ध्यान ना दें, आप अपने टैलेंट को देखें, आपके अंदर क्या है, अगर आपके अंदर कोई चीज़ है तो आप कर सकते हो, सब कुछ आप कर सकते हो, इसके हाथ में इसकी कोई बात नहीं कि मेरा हाथ नहीं है या कुछ नहीं है।
ओवर 100 पेशेंट्स को ट्रीट किया गया है, जिसमें 52 हैं जिनको अपर लिम्ब दिया गया, जो हमारी टीम जोधपुर से आई है महावीर ट्रस्ट की, उन्होंने पूरे लिम्ब्स इधर ही बनाए हैं ओवर ए पीरियड ऑफ 10 days.
Artificial limbs are generally very costly and it becomes very difficult for amputated people to afford. However, such camps help and encourage them to live a normal life.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Political battle intensifies in India's poll-bound Uttar Pradesh province. Madhesi party gives ultimatum, threatens to withdraw support from Nepal government. And artificial limb camp gives new lease of life to victims in India's Kashmir. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.